Hello, Vipers. We're going to talk about using VipeCloud Suites to host your parties. Firstly, let's talk about what VipeCloud Suites is. It's a place where you can build community and host parties. It's an alternative to traditional social media, freeing you from the algorithm, social media errors, account refreshes, and dreaded social media jail. Like how you've used pages for your customers and team members and groups for your parties, you can create suites for your customers and team members and party links for your parties. So to create your first party, you'll need a sequence template. This is going to be the sequence of posts that you can create once and reuse every time you host a party. And right here, we are on the parties page. And you can see right here that there's a quick link here to create your first sequence by just clicking here. Also, you'll see that you got sequences navigatable over here from this sidebar. And this is where you're going to see that library of all the sequence templates that you have made. So let's create our first one. You can click on Create New. We'll give it a name. You can decide if you want the logic of the delay between the steps to just be a time delay, or if you want to actually specify what time of day you want each post to be. And as you're building it, the system will just kind of create a default delay between them, which you can then configure as needed. But if you know that all posts are going to be, say, like an hour apart, you can then configure this here. And also a big advantage to freeing yourself from social media is that you can do cool things like add a background to your party. And you can also add an icon. And we'll see what this looks like in a second. And additionally, you are able to create a kind of a call to action on the party itself, say like driving people to buy from your shop or to schedule a meeting with you. So let's go through this. We'll add an icon here. And this will pop up when you click on that. Any images that you've uploaded already will be just found here. But if you need to add new ones from your computer, you can click on Add Content. You can use our Canva integration. We've got a giant library of stock images too. But let's just grab this right here. Add background. We'll use this background. And then to add an action here, I'll show you what this looks like. You click on action. This is the call to action that you'll see in the party itself. And here's where you can configure it. Instructions, we're going to ignore that. That's just for a very particular use case. And then steps, here we go. This is where you actually configure all of your different posts that are going to go up. So add first step. As you create social posts, kind of like with the images, you'll see your library of everything that you've created so far. So if you just want to grab an existing one, that's nice and easy. We're going to create a new one. And then you can add images here. You can add videos here, emojis. I'm going to add an image. Create and insert. And there we go. We have our first post. Let's add another step to add another post. So you can see this one is available here now. Say create new. Oops. And then let's insert an image here. I'm actually going to grab one of those stock images. So here we go. Create and insert. So now you can see that the delay is popping up here. It's because we are set to a default delay of 1 hour. it's showing up as 1 hour, but we can change this as needed. Let's say maybe we want this to show up 2 hours later. Save changes. And also you'll see that a bunch of options pop up as you hover over these. That you can change templates, you can edit this particular post, you can delete it, and also this is drag and drop too. So let's say you've built out 30 posts in a party, now you want to put one like in the middle. Well, you can just create it and then drag it up to that place in the middle where you want it to be. And this is what that looks like. See, now party post 2 is ahead of party post 1. And now they are back. Also, note the minimize view here, because you can't see the images right now. And the reason for that is because often parties have lots of posts. This just lets it take up less space. You don't have to scroll as much. But if you hit that, now we can see the images as well. So let's save our social sequence. And let's launch it. So I'm going to launch this by actually hovering over it. And you can see that these options pop up here. I'm going to use the launch one. And we'll just work through these steps. You can see you got finalize steps, choose accounts, and then review and launch. So this one is going to launch at like right now, basically. You can decide to have this go at a different time by clicking there and changing the time. And you can also, you have all the options here to edit this too. Now note that these changes are not going to be saved for the long run. They're just going to be changed for this particular send. But you can make those changes as needed here. So I'm going to click on choose accounts. Now here's where we're going to configure the party link. And so again, this is like basically like this is like creating the Facebook group that you're going to be posting this into. So configure party link page. Got the name. You can add a description to it as well. This is going to be the link itself that we're going to be directing people to, which you can customize to, and that would customize this part right here. A really cool option as well is you can make it so that this party will expire after, say, 14 days of the party's completion, and then people will see a message there saying, hey, join my suite if you want to continue talking to me. That's not the exact copy there, but it's the gist of it. And we got the actions. We created that book an appointment now action that we'll see in there. You can set the privacy for this as well, such as requiring people to have a login in order to see the posts at all. We think it's actually kind of cool to leave that off so that people can just simply go to this link and they'll see what's happening in the party, which should then help entice them to create a login in order to interact with any of the posts there. And you can also make sure that you are requiring approval if you want. And you can decide whether or not you want the guests to be able to see the other guests in the party itself. Got the design here that we created. And so I'm going to hit save and close. We have now created our party link. So we're going to hit review and launch. One last chance to just make sure that everything here is looking good. And then so we can hit launch sequence. So now you can see that we've got our launch sequences here. Here's the one that we just made. And you can go, and by the way, this is where you can go to see what's going to be happening here. Because obviously you're probably going to be wondering, when's my first post going to go up? When are these all going to be happening? Have they happened yet? And so you can see a breakdown here when you hit this view steps. So this is in the future. So it has not posted yet. So that can answer that question there. And we can see post number 2 is going to be happening 2 hours after that. So this is where you can manage that. You can kind of, again, think of like this as being like the party management system. But if you want to go actually see the party itself, you can see it up here. So you can just think of this as like, this is basically like the social media page, and you've got your group right here. And so we can go here, go to party, and there we go. This is the party itself. And you can see that call to action that we described earlier, where people can go to your shop, whatever it is that you want to direct people towards. And you can create a post here as well if you just want to make a manual post. And also you'll see all these options here too. Like you'll be able to have like a group chat with everybody that's in the party. You can see all of the guests who are there. You can reconfigure these settings too. Let's say you create this party and then you just decide, I want to tweak this a little bit. Well, you can do that right there. And there's a quick and easy copy invite link right here as well to be able to grab that link, send it to people who you want to join the party. So these are the basics here of creating a party. And of course, let us know if you have any questions at all.